Hello, welcome to Majesticas Tarot. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Hope you all are having a fantastic weekend. So, this reading is for Gemini, and it's for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, I had done the reading, thought I recorded, and it recorded, but there were some technical difficulties. So I still have your reading out, so I'm going to go over it. If the reading resonates, please hit the like button, comment if you want, subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully this helps you out. Maybe you're going to look at something in a different perspective, or I answer a question for you. I hope the reading resonates. At the end of the reading, which is something I didn't do, I'm going to do the good stuff that's coming to Gemini for the week of, let's see, today's, the 6th through the 9th. So let's see what we have for y'all. So I pulled a couple oracles and then we went into the tarot. So what I got was chasing thrills, excitement, good time. You are in your divine feminine energy. And even if a man is watching this, we all have masculine and feminine energies. So you could be in yours. But we do have cloudy judgment, illusions, imbalance, and distorted. So what I did was I wanted to do the person that was on your mind, who you were thinking about, the person in your energy, and how they're feeling about you and the situation that y'all are going through. And then I pulled your energy. So let's get started. So, Gemini, for your person's energy, I see that this person wants to rebuild something here. I guess they want to rebuild the relationship. Either they feel that they did not give you what you gave to them, or you did not give them what they gave to you. So they want to rebuild this. Also, too, they could be wanting to rebuild and hope that you will accept as little as they want to bring to you. Maybe possibly breadcrumbing. I'm not sure exact why yet, but we'll see going forward. Now, also, this person is in some deceptive energy here. We have the Magician in the reverse, and then we have the Fool. You could be dealing with the Gemini, Virgo, or possibly an Aries. They want a new beginning, but they're going to be deceptive about it, which they might come in and not give you everything that, the whole truth. They might just give you like a half truth. You also could be dealing with an Aquarius here. The half truth or no truth about, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. There could have been a third party involved here, or maybe something that happened at a party that, that maybe turned this whole situation around here. But they want a new beginning, a new start. And they're offering it to you. The problem here is they are a Knight of Wands energy, which is a player like energy. Now, that's a problem. Unless they want a new start from being the Knight of Wands in reverse. Possibly. So when I clarified the energy of them wanting to come in and rebuild here, they've been all up in their head about this new beginning. They have been in solitude. They have been hanging out by themselves, trying to figure that out. They are really contemplating on how they want to do this here. The problem is they come out as the Magician in the reverse, which is deceptive, negative magic, if you will. They've thought long and hard about this. They're confident about doing it here, but they're going to be doing it indirectly. So course, they could be a little scared to come towards you, maybe of your reaction or what would happen here. But instead of just coming out and saying what they want to say, they're going to find excuses to possibly talk to you or come around you, or but I'm feeling it's very deceptive ways of them doing it. They are definitely watching you. They want to see how you're moving right now. Now, they understand that they did not give, and this clarifies that. They understand that they did not give the correct balance in this relationship, that they were lazy. They understand that. To make this situation happier, possibly celebrate something. They weren't around when something was supposed to be celebrated, possibly for you. They understand what they did, but I still have Knight of Wands energy here in the reverse, might I add. Let me go ahead and clarify these Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Hermit. How about they've been all in their head, just sitting there thinking about and pondering about a new opportunity for love with you. Spirit, please help me clarify the second spread of Gemini's person. Thank you. We have the Knight of Cups again in the reverse. Oh, sorry, it's in the future. But we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Judgment. In the Fool. In the reverse. We have the Fool again. This person's definitely taking their time. They did have an epiphany about how they had been acting in the past, in and out energy, how they were not giving affection, they were not showing you love. They understand all that. So they're kind of like very cautious about coming forward here. They have lack of direction. They don't know how to start. And because of that, when they don't know when they don't know how they're going to do something, they become angry and detached. Give me one more card for that, please. You could be dealing with a Cancer. They become angry and detached and they run the other way. Very fast. Like this person just like takes off. In this deck, we have the Chariot here, but it's the back of the Chariot. It's because they're running away fast. Because they don't know how to process what's happening. That's why they become very mean and cruel, when you bring something to their attention. We have the Star card here again. They're very hopeful about themselves, but they're scared to change with the Death card in the reverse. We have Scorpio's energy here. They're scared to change. They don't, and they've been lazy to change. Lack of motivation to change. They want to change, but they're scared to, because this is all they've ever known. This is how they've lived their life. This is how they grew up. This is what is processing in their head. Being around third parties, always needing somebody, can't be alone, overspending, overindulging, withdrawn, disorganized. they're like a turtle in a shell. They come out and everything's good, and as soon as something, they're gone. Like a thief in the night, like a fart in the wind. They're gone. I just heard I'm a little unsteady, that song by, I don't know who it's by, but it's like, I'm a little unsteady. I know my singing's horrible, but there you go. They miss you though, with the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Well, this person, you know, they might be scared of change, but they need to put their foot in the door, especially if they want to achieve a good balanced relationship. So then I pulled your energy. So you're definitely healing here. You're definitely healing from the person that you became when this whole relationship transpired. You were totally out of character here. But you're healing, you've either healed or you're healing from this. And healing can take a long time. It can take a short amount of time. It really just kind of depends on how long things went on for, you know? So you're healing at this time. But as you're healing, you realize you're like, man, I need to love myself. And so when all this started, I think it was, during this period, you need to love yourself. So you caused the tower moment and you ended this. You ended this situation. You're just like, I have to give to myself. You do this slowly, but slowly you become an empress. An empress. You're nurturing, you're kind, you know, something that takes years to achieve, right? But I felt like you were there back then before this happened. Again, you picked yourself up from the person this situation made you. You couldn't see the forest beyond the trees because all you were focusing on, you were in fight or flight mode. You were just focusing on this situation. You became very sad, possibly even lonely with this person in your energy. You're like, I got to hurry up and I got to get back to stability here. And you get a little scared and you can't find a way. And then all of a sudden, you have an epiphany. You're like, do, 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 do. And you're like, I have to reveal myself. I have to find out who Gemini is again. And you start revealing yourself of who you are, and you're the high priestess. You start keeping your mouth shut and you start observing and you start learning about who this person is and who you are. And you start revealing yourself. And it's beautiful energy. This situation, I mean, it depressed you. You had lack of motivation to do anything. You didn't have any direction. You didn't know where to go. The only thing you could do was think about your person, the Two of Cups, and how it's all going downhill with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There was a betrayal here with the Ten of Swords. and the King of Swords in the reverse, this person was cruel. And, you know, all you wanted to do, all you dreamed about was having this 10 of Cups with this person. Y'all could have children here. We have the Star card again. All you did was dream about being happy with this person. But all it did was give you doubts and dissatisfaction. And you felt like you were being punished. Okay. See, they miss you, but they miss the High Priestess in the reverse. They don't miss this person because they don't know this person. Just like you fell in love with the person they portrayed themselves to be. You're not in love with the person they revealed themselves to be, right? So if you think about it, Gemini, you're not in love with that person when you see them again because now you know who they truly are. You were in love with an illusion. Remember the cloudy judgment? This person, I felt, started out as like a party, good time, excitement. It was exciting. Spirit, please tell me what Gemini's person's next action is towards Gemini. We have the Magician in the reverse again. They're going to come in and start fights and chaos and, because they feel that something is not done. They feel that they want to return to you, but they're still in the Magician in the reverse. They're still very deceptive here. They're going to throw up memories. They're going to throw up things that you did in the past that possibly you haven't done in years up at you. Things that you haven't repeated. But they have. They were ignoring you. But now they're going to come in acting all stable and good. What are the good things coming in for Gemini? The 6th through the 9th? Well, you're not changing your mind about this person at all. In fact, you might go talk to friends or family members or, just you might even go to therapy after receiving this information just to kind of justify the way that you feel. But after that, you're walking back home. You're walking away with the 8 of Cups. You're walking away from this another 10 of Swords card, betrayal. You're walking away from this overall energy of King of Swords in the reverse. You're walking away before you do something cruel to them. Strength and power and discernment, Gemini. That's the good things coming to you. This is what I have for you. If the if the reading resonated, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you later. I hope you all have the rest of a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Stay blessed.